Good people, what's going on? Episode 73 of the Dawn Podcast. Now, look, this is something that I haven't heard a lot of people talk about. You guys know I try to dig into certain topics that sometimes not too popular or just some that's not talked about a whole lot. And I was thinking about, and again, let's preface this. Nas is my favorite MC. You guys saw my top 20 greatest MCs list. Nas passed Rakim and the other greats, and he's number one. Jay-Z top five to me, but probably is the king of rap in a certain sense. You know what I'm saying? So you got the GOAT and the king. You know what I'm saying? You can debate that however you want to debate it. Anyway, of course, this Hit Boy run has sparked a lot of conversation over the years. You know what I'm saying? People talk about how great the King Disease series ended up being, how great the Magic series ended up being. I think most people would probably agree that the King Disease series is probably better than the Magic series. But I don't know, that's the topic for another day. Maybe we can talk about that before the end of this video. But I saw a lot of mixed reviews with Jay-Z Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3 series. You know what I'm saying? It's not talked about enough. When we think about, the Lil Wayne, the Carters, and, others like sequels or trilogies in hip-hop, and somehow this Jay-Z run is not mentioned as one of the great ones. You know what I'm saying? Because, different reasons. But what I want to do is have KD series versus the Volume 1 series, and let's kind of talk about some of that real quick, just for some perspective, because I think a lot of perspectives missed. So let's start with KD 1 versus Volume 1. We know KD 1 was the first album in the Nas and Hit Boy era, and good album. I thought it was dope. Won a Grammy. Nas' first Grammy for album, which I think is kind of crazy, but nevertheless, his first one. Solid all the way through. Let me see. I think about the tracks like Blue Benz, classic Nas storytelling. I think tracks like The Cure and The Definition are those hard beats, Nas spitting, reminiscent of early 2000s or either late 90s Nas. You know what I'm saying? You think about the Nice Vibe with Car 85, you know what I'm saying? And even the Full Circle song with The Firm, you know what I'm saying? I thought everybody did a dope job on the Full Circle song. So overall, I think King Disease is a very good album. They got 4 stars of All Music, you know what I'm saying? They won a Grammy, good album. Nas is rapping well on it. Now, let's preface this with, we're talking about just the rapping. This is Nas 30 plus years into his career, and we talk about Jay-Z Volume 1. This is Jay-Z at the start of his career when he's in his prime and he's popping. But just looking at Volume 1, and we know 1,000,001 Questions. We know Lucky Me, You Must Love Me, Imaginary Player, Where I'm From, Crack Game, Rap Game. Again, it's some of Jay-Z's better rapping, a lot of people will say. You know what I'm saying? So the highs obviously are higher than the highs on King Disease 1. Now, again, we're talking about time stamping. So you're talking about 30 years into a career versus beginning of somebody's career. So that's kind of unfair, but just for the sake of conversation. Because somebody might still feel different. People talk about the low points on Volume 1, but what's the real lowest point? I know what girls like, the bad boy type song. Yeah, it sucks. I thought City of Mine was dope. So I mean, I would say that's just way back then. I thought City of Mine was dope. You talking about Sunshine, not that good. But outside of, I know what girls like in Sunshine, you still got Who You With. You know what I'm saying? Like, Volume 1 is a dope album. Now, I would give Volume 1 the edge over King Disease 1. Not that King Disease 1 doesn't have a Sunshine. You know what I'm saying? The highs just aren't high enough to beat Volume 1. You know what I'm saying? What's the, weakest song of King Disease? I don't really think that necessarily is a weak song. You know what I'm saying? It's just a good album. It's good all the way through. So if we move on to KD 2, KD 2 is a good album. 4 stars, All Music. You know what I'm saying? Some very good Nas songs on it. Thinking about Nobody with Lauryn Hill, Composure, Store Run, man. What's the other joints on the 40 side? So again, solid all the way through. What would be the amazing song on KD2 though? In terms of like, again, is there an amazing song on that? I don't know. Are there good to great songs all the way through? I believe so. I think it's very consistent. I don't think it's a bad song on KD2, to be honest with you. Uh, KD2 probably a top 10 Nas album to me. You know what I'm saying? I would say probably a top 10 Nas album. KD1 is not a top 10 Nas album because you got to consider God's Son, Life is Good. If you want to consider the Lost Tapes an album, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So no, I wouldn't say that. But KD2 will slide up in Nas top 10 to me. Probably around the 8, 9, 10 mark though. You know what I'm saying? But it's a great album. Now, Volume 2 Hard Knock Life. Let's talk about the lows first. Most people don't like that Paper Chase joint with Foxy Brown. You know what I'm saying? That's usually the one that people say they don't like. But outside of that, obviously, you're talking about the big hits with Can I Get a Nigga What, Nigga Who. Just like that. The Kid Capri joint I like a whole lot. Money Cash Holes, of course. But of course, like Reservoir Dogs on there with the Locks and all of them on there, Sauce Money or whatever. The Hard Knock Life intro with Memphis Bleak, Hard Knock Life theme song. Hard Knock Life is a big album, 4.5 mics in the source. I think some people was mad at the time because they felt like, oh, Jay-Z crossed over. Well, that's the big album that made him a star. I mean, Volume 1 was a million sold, I believe. And the reason that was an underground classic. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, this is the one. I remember going to the Hard Knock Life tour with him and DMX was headlining. It was awesome. But the album, How Many Want to Ride or Die, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's some joints on there, man. But I think if you want to say which one is more consistent, like with no bad songs, again, somebody might say they might lean towards KD 2. But again, now Nas is my favorite MC, but I would have to still go again. Time stamping it is not fair. I would have to go with probably Volume 2 over KD 2. You know what I'm saying? Now let's get to the part 3. KD 3 has an 88 like metric. It's universally acclaimed. It's like 4.5 stars in all music, and it's highly rated by like every major publication. Not a bad song on there. Potentially top 5 Nas album. If it's top 5, I'm not including Lost Tapes as an album. I would put it maybe 5, maybe 4 or 5. Thun gave me the 90s feeling. I love the serious interlude. Mike and Quince is a great song. Reminisce. WTA, Shake My Head. Man, the beef joint. How does that side with Volume 3, Lifetime Sean Carter? The highs on Volume 3 are higher. But I'm going to give KD 3 the edge over Volume 3. Now, I love Volume 3. You know what I'm saying? But, man, that S. Dot song, man, is terrible. Don't really love the Snoopy song, but I get it. I like Juvenile a lot, though. And that's the Mariah Carey joint, too, man. The other joint, man, it's just not a good song. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's but the highs like New York Monster Project, So Ghetto, you know what I'm saying, Dope Man, all that. I mean, I think those Thug can compete with some of those. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that. But consistency wise, KD3 will probably get the edge over Volume 3, Sean Carter. Now, how would you look at the Magic Six? So that's 2-1 Jay-Z. I would say Volume 1 and Volume 2 wins and KD3 wins. What you guys think about that? But what do you think about the Magic series against KD, the KD series, or the Magic series against the Volume series from Jay-Z? Magic 1, to me, some people consider that top 5 Nas album. But what do you guys think? We'll give it an edge over King Disease 1 and King Disease 2, but not King Disease 3. So Magic is not better than King Disease 3, but it is better than King Disease 1 and King Disease 2. Would you put Magic over any other volume? Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3 from Jay-Z? Consistent, yes. No filler. As a full project, probably not. What you guys think? Because some people think Magic is 5 mics. And if you think that, I'm not mad about that. So would you put Magic over In My Lifetime Volume 1 again? Would you put, I can't put Magic over Volume 2 Hard Knock Life. Maybe over Volume 3. I don't know. What do you guys think? Magic 2, I would think would be the weakest out of all 6 of these albums I'm talking about. Magic 2 isn't better than KD1, KD2, KD3, or any of the volumes by Jay-Z. Magic 3 is better than KD1 to me. And Magic 3 is, I don't think Magic 3 is better than KD2 or KD3. How would you rank Magic 3 versus Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3? I think the second half of Magic 3 is awesome. Magic 3 would probably make it, if I'm ranking the Nas Hit Boy albums, where would I put Magic 3? I would have KD 3, Magic 1, KD 2, then probably Magic 3. So with that being said, I probably can't put it over the volumes by Jay. You know what I'm saying? So I think that with the recency, the greatness of these 3 KD3 albums, 30 years of Nas' career, if we can praise those, if you look back, are the volumes underrated? Like, we always talk about Reasonable Doubt, the Blueprint, and the Black Album, but looking at Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3, if y'all saying y'all love the KD series and the Magic series, why don't you love the Volume series? Like, each one of them albums might have 2 or 3 fillers on it, right? But the high-end rhyming and production and singles and everything from Jay, he was in the zone all through the albums to me. You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, if we're just going to say, okay, let's pick another 3-album run, you know, if we went Illmatic, It Was Written, and I Am versus the volume, since these are in a row, and those 3 from Nas in a row, then that's a different discussion. If we saying Illmatic, you know what I'm saying, again, It Was Written and I Am versus Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. Or if you did, let's just for the shits and giggles, if you did Reasonable Doubt Volume 1, Volume 2, how would they match up against you know what I'm saying, Illmatic, It Was Written, and I Am? That might be a discussion for another day, man. That could be pretty interesting when you look at different 3-album runs in Nas and Jay career, just for fun, man. Because obviously, you know, these are 2 GOAT MCs. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what you guys think, man? KD 1, 2, and 3 versus Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, or those 3 volumes versus Nas' first 3 albums, or any 3-album run in Nas' career? How would you rank them against Jay-Z volumes, man? Just something for fun, man. Episode 73. We out. Peace.